Ethan and the Hummingbird's Flight. In a quaint, wooded area not far from the bustling town of Willowbrook, there lived a young boy named Ethan. Ethan had a heart as kind as the softest breeze and a love for nature that was boundless. The woods were his playground, and he often ventured into the wilderness in search of new adventures. One sunny morning, while exploring the woods, Ethan stumbled upon a sight that filled him with both awe and concern. A tiny hummingbird lay on the forest floor, its delicate wings still but its eyes full of life. It had injured its wing and couldn't fly. Ethan knew he couldn't leave the hummingbird alone, so he carefully scooped it up and cradled it in his palm. He named the tiny creature Zephyr, inspired by the gentle winds that carried the hummingbird's beauty. With a heart full of responsibility, Ethan rushed back to his cozy home. He created a warm and comfortable nest for Zephyr, placing it by a sunlit window where the hummingbird could feel the warmth of the sun. Ethan became Zephyr's caretaker, feeding it nectar and patiently tending to its injured wing. As the days passed, a special bond formed between Ethan and Zephyr. The tiny hummingbird's wings grew stronger, and its once weary eyes shone with gratitude. Zephyr would perch on Ethan's finger, and together, they would watch the world outside. But, as the seasons changed and the days grew longer, Ethan couldn't help but feel that Zephyr belonged with its family. Hummingbirds were known for their vibrant personalities and vibrant family lives. He decided it was time to reunite Zephyr with its family in the woods. With a small carrier and a backpack filled with supplies, Ethan embarked on an adventure into the woods. He shared his mission with Zephyr, and the hummingbird chirped in agreement. It was as if Zephyr understood the journey ahead. The woods were filled with beauty and life, and Ethan and Zephyr encountered many creatures along the way. A wise old owl shared tales of the forest, and a friendly squirrel taught Ethan about gathering food. Each encounter deepened Ethan's connection to the wilderness. One sunny afternoon, they heard the gentle hum of hummingbird wings, and Zephyr's eyes sparkled with recognition. Ethan approached a blooming field, and there, in a dance of joy, were hummingbirds, just like Zephyr. With a heart full of both sadness and happiness, Ethan opened the carrier, and Zephyr took flight. It joined its family, who welcomed it with cheerful chirps and fluttering wings. The family of hummingbirds soared through the clear skies, a dazzling display of colors and grace. Ethan watched with a smile, his heart filled with a mix of emotions. He knew he would miss Zephyr, but he also knew he had done the right thing. The woods were Zephyr's true home, and Ethan had given it back its freedom. As he journeyed back to the town of Willowbrook, Ethan felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The woods had become more alive and vibrant, and his heart was forever connected to the wilderness. He had learned about responsibility, empathy, and the beauty of wildlife. The seasons continued to change. A heartwarming tradition emerged in the life of Ethan and Zephyr. Every year, during the warm and blossoming days of spring, the family of hummingbirds, including Zephyr, would return to visit Ethan in Willowbrook. Ethan would eagerly prepare for their arrival, placing small containers filled with nectar on his windowsills. He would even hang colorful, handcrafted feeders in his garden to ensure the hummingbirds had plenty of food. Ethan's cabin in the woods was no longer just a home. It was a meeting place, where the boundaries between humans and wildlife seemed to disappear. Through Zephyr and its family, Ethan learned about the enduring connection between all living creatures and the beauty of coexisting with the wild.